Hello everyone and welcome. Wow, so we got the latest panel from Hell yesterday, and I think if we say that we got shed loads of information, it would be possibly be putting it mildly. There's so much to actually get into, it's ridiculous. I will try and do individual videos capturing not necessarily the kind of the very obvious ones, but I will do specific videos capturing things that I think weren't necessarily too visible, and I think it's better use of everyone's time, to be honest, because obviously the major content creators will capture the main bits, but I don't think everyone would capture the smaller details. So taking that into account, we are in the official Larian Baldur's Gate 3 website. Obviously they've updated the website, they've got amazing new graphics, they've updated all the character skins, etc, etc. If we scroll down to the section where they just describe the characters, it seems to me like Gale has received a narrative change. So let's go through what's actually said in the description. Gale, the wizard prodigy. What's a god to a world-class wizard? Gale was once a formidable archmage in Waterdeep, but pushed his relationship with the goddess Mystra too far. Failing to usurp his former lover's godhood, the goddess stole Gale's magics away and cursed him with a Netherese orb, a dangerous artifact with enough magical potential energy in it to level a city if it were allowed to escape. Beyond learning the lesson for his hubris, Gale has now become beset with concern for the danger he poses to others around him, and is worried that if he undergoes Ceremorphosis, the angry orb could imperil countless lives if he can't neutralize it first. Wow, so this seems like a significant change to his backstory compared to early access. So for those of you who've played it, you would probably know that Gale was in a love affair with the goddess of magic, Mystra, and at some stage, her being a goddess, etc, etc, she probably lost interest in him, and then he tried to gain back her favor by going into the weave and trying to get a piece of her older self back. So this has everything to do with Karsus's folly, basically. Back when Karsus tried to steal Mystra's godhood, basically, and she sacrificed herself to stop Karsus, and that's where the whole Netherese Empire was destroyed, basically. For a short time, everyone lost their magic, and then Mystra was reborn, and then the weave was put back in its original state, and magic was restored. So that's Karsus's folly. During that, Mystra lost some of her power. Gale tried to retrieve some of that power and failed miserably, which is how he got the Netherese orb. So this is all described in some cutscenes from Gale if you get to know him better. But anyway, that's the gist of how he actually got his Netherese orb within early access. Now, looking at the website, it seems he did indeed have a relationship with Mystra, but it seems to me like he was an arrogant archmage who tried to usurp Mystra, a bit like Karsus tried to do, and resulted in the fall of the Netherese Empire. So that's really interesting. So she cursed him with this orb as a result of his hubris, which again is a narrative change. I think, if I'm gonna be really honest, I think this is probably something that makes far more sense than him just going and retrieving or failing to retrieve part of Mystra's power, lost power. I think this is a far more interesting backstory and possibly unveils the darker side of Gale, right? So everyone thinks Gale is this goody two-shoes guy type thing who loves doing good, blah blah blah. But there is, like with all characters, I guess, all origin characters, there is bad within the good and good within the bad type thing, and this is the bad within Gale. It seems like he's extremely arrogant and wants power, wants more power. So he used to be an archmage in Waterdeep. He lost his power, which would, I guess, explain why he's level 1 at the beginning of the game. So yeah, that was it. I just thought it was very interesting to note that along with Will's narrative change, which was covered a bit in the panel from Hell, Gale also received a narrative change as well, which wasn't mentioned in the panel from Hell at all. That was it for this one. I will be making other videos covering other elements of the panel from Hell that I thought were not necessarily fully visible and very intriguing. If you like this content, please feel free to give us a like, comment and subscribe. Your help in growing the channel is massively appreciated. And yeah, thanks once again, and I'll see you on the next one.